Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew. Yes, he did it. Yes, he did it. Raymond Ford, he did it. In fact, he did several things. But overall, the main thing that he did is that he overcame adversity. And that's what true champions are about. True champions are about overcoming adversity. Now, there are a lot of different obstacles that were impeding Raymond Ford. And I want to put this in proper perspective to give all of you the opportunity to learn about the business of boxing. Now, obstacle number one. Raymond Ford was the B-side in this fight. In other words, he was matched with the champion, but he's not promoted by the lead promoter in this fight. And I'm talking about Top Rank. This entire event was promoted and organized by Top Rank Incorporated. And Top Rank obviously had plans for Kholmatov as the champion. And so they brought in Raymond Ford, who's promoted by Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Promotions. And that, from the start, shows that Raymond Ford was entering into enemy's territory. Obstacle number two, Raymond Ford did not compete in the ring professionally for almost 1 year, 300 and something days to be exact. Right? Okay, obstacle number three. Obstacle number three was because he was out of the ring professionally for almost nearly a year, he struggled with the weight. Okay? It was difficult for him to lose that excess of weight to compete in this fight. And then obstacle number four, he was competing in the ring against a world champion who basically had a 95% knockout ratio. Only one fight went to the scorecards in the entire career of his opponent. And in the ring, his opponent landed some shots against him. But like I said, he did it. He overcame all four of these obstacles and became the new featherweight champion of the world. The interesting thing about this, from my perspective, is that I have literally watched this young man develop from the amateur boxing program to the professional rankings. I don't want to leave out the fact that he is a national champion, an amateur boxing champion representing Camden, New Jersey. Okay? Judging his fights and watching him develop. And then following his career as a professional and watching him improve, watching him adapt and make adjustments in the ring as a professional, and then him getting the opportunity as the B-side and having to overcome 4 different obstacles in this fight, and then watching him close the show as world champions do. He closed the show. On all 3 of the judges' scorecards, he was down. He was losing this fight entering into the 12th round. And he closed the show without allowing this fight to be in the hands of the judges. And I kept screaming at the TV over and over, telling the young man, let your hands go, especially when you're backing him up. Move your head and don't stand right in front of him on the line. The young man closed out the show in dramatic fashion with only a few seconds left in the fight. And then him winning the title. It was so refreshing to somebody like me who represents USA Boxing as an official, as a referee, as a judge. I told Raymond Ford back in 2000 and I think it was 18 or 2019, I told the young man, I told him to his face when we talked. I told him, I said, Ray, you're going to be a world champion one day. I told him that. He was new as a pro, just coming out of winning the nationals as an amateur. I told him, you're going to be a world champion one day. I've watched this young man develop. And so I'm saying all that to say that this is what officials representing the amateur boxing program all around the world, this is where we be refreshed. This is where we get the opportunity to watch these athletes develop and then to see them live win the world title. Man, it lets all of us know at USA Boxing that the volunteer work that we put in is not in vain. And we love our fighters as professionals, and we love them first as boxers and the amateurs. So to see this young man win that world title last night, and then in dramatic fashion, and then overcoming 4 obstacles, I'm proud of Raymond Ford, and the best is yet to come for this world champion. And don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.